Don't know why I'm laughing. Hey, welcome to Studio 70 Permanent Badges, the podcast. What's happening, guys?
What's going on?
What's going on? How y'all?
A unique night. Well, I'll tell you, a pre-podcast meeting. At the podcast, we thought like a pre-podcast meeting, we're going to be fighting and laughing through the whole thing.
Yeah. That's
hey,
about
welcome
right.
to the show, man. Yeah, it is season 6, episode 4, right?
There you go.
I got it right,
Yeah,
man.
I thought
That's
you were
what
going to
that's
say season
6-4.
4,
Right
episode
there, 6-4. I know what it's for now.
Not
Yeah.
season 4, episode 6.
Rod
right.
Nader explained that to me before we started. I wouldn't, so I'd remember.
Last show we had a little issue with it, so got to clear
Man, I'll
it
tell
up.
you what's going on since we podcast, man. And,
Absolutely.
And I'm going to equate this to a Seinfeld show. This is going to be a show about nothing, but we're going to talk about everything.
Yeah. Probably a lot of
These-
things people can relate to, a few of them.
Oh, yeah, man. And then one of them rarities, I was actually able to do the intro.
Yeah. People are
Guys
probably
got
wondering,
so
what
much-
the hell happened there?
Yeah, let's
They
get
think
so
you're the
much going
button
on
guy.
here.
Thought you were the fucking button guy. Yeah.
Oh, I push buttons. Hound Dog's done jumped on me before.
Let's push button.
And like I said,
Yeah.
Rodney pointed out, he's calling you Steve, man. He's pissed at you.
Just like
He
your
went call
parents.
me- he
When
went
they
call
call
me
you by your
slow.
full name, you're
Yeah.
in trouble.
You're in
When he goes,
trouble.
Steve, yeah, okay, Steve. I'm like, oh, shit, he's pissed. He didn't call you
I
Steve.
ain't moved your shit tonight.
I did say that.
I look at who the fuck Steve? I don't know, Jesus. It's going to be a show. So.
Well, I tell you, man, I don't know about you, Hound Dog, but I know Gastonia got hammered by this last set of storms. We got
Yeah,
hammered
it did.
big time up here. What was it like at the
yeah.
coast?
We got a little bit of rain, some wind, nothing much at all.
Yeah, I was watching the radar the other night, and it looked like after it hit us, look, it's coming down there to hit the coast. I thought, oh, no, Hound Dog's in for it.
No, it must have petered out, so to speak.
Can you say Peter on this show?
He just did. We might
I
go to
guess
YouTube jail,
you-
but
you
The
said
triplets, Peter, Dick, and Harry.
Yeah.
Or is it
Peter,
Peter's
Paul, and
Harry
Mary.
Dick?
Peter,
I don't
Paul,
know.
and Mary.
I'm confused.
Peter, Dick, and Mary. Peter, Paul, and Mary. Anyway. Yeah, Gastonia got hit hard. So I lost power for 2.5 days, 48, 50.
Oh, listen, there's a story there. Let's get our liquor covered first. What are you guys drinking?
Old number
Good old
7.
Jack Daniel's whiskey. Good old number 7. Maker's
Old
Mark.
number 7.
I got a story about mine. I go into Johnson City to buy a tree, apple tree, and a bush. And there's a story there too, if you guys remind me.
He said Bush.
And on the way back, there's a liquor store, my least favorite, but it's the closest one on the way back from Johnson City to here in Bakersville. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna choose the second shelf, 15th bottle from the right. That's what I'm gonna show tonight.
Okay.
Well, that was a $120 bottle of whiskey, so I changed my mind. of all things, what was it?
What was it? Do you remember
I
what it was?
can't. I can't remember. I seen this price. Like, oh, I kind of backed up and
Yeah.
went with Green River, and I thought this is something brand new. We'll try. But then Hound Dog. I remember the horse. You
had it.
remember that?
Yeah, we've had
Yeah,
that before.
Hound Dog. Didn't you introduce that to the show one time?
I did.
So it's nothing new after all.
Yep.
How is it, though? What kind
Well,
is it?
I tell you, prior to the podcast night, I went out sat by the pond and poured me you can see where I had a pour of this and had me a Monte Cristo. Was that right?
Yeah, Monte Cristo cigar.
Yeah, white series. The cigar's so mild, you need a really dominant bourbon. But this bourbon's so mild as well. They did not compare together at all. With nothing really popped.
Gotcha.
It's a very mild bourbon.
Right,
Very
kinda-
soft on the palate, wet finish, but just not a lot of notes. I quit it. If you want something to make a mixed drink, you don't want the whiskey to overpower it,
That's the
this
one.
would be a good choice, yeah, because
Be a
it
good
just
mixer.
Yeah.
it doesn't bring much to the palate at all. 90
it's
proof though.
Low-key bourbon and low-key cigar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I wasn't working. I was out by the pond and relaxing. 64-degree weather up here.
Did you what about the squirrels? Squirrel still out there? Or did you get rid of it?
No, she's still around. If I'm afraid if I get rid of the duck, I'm gonna have to leave the mountain. Everybody,
really?
everybody. Nobody ever come by and ask me how am I doing. How's the duck? And everybody has a name for me. Everybody feeds her. So she's
Really?
living the dream.
Wow,
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Nice.
You know what,
So
Mike?
2.5 days without power. Was you stinking?
No, because I'm a cold shower guy. I don't give a shit. But 2.5 days, yeah, you don't. The things you miss, of course, is, the communication's gone till you charge your phone somewhere. You got to go out to the car, or do it. I don't have a generator. And then finally we got pissed and we went to a hotel.
You and your wife.
Yeah. Me and my wife just said, fuck it. This was on Thursday night. Friday night. Yeah. Yep. And so, I looked through booking.com, just looking for a hotel. And found one. Reasonably priced right down the road. Right at 85. Comfort Inn right at 85. And 321. Like right there. So I tried out. It was pretty decently priced.
Comfort Inn. Is that the Holiday Express you talking about or no?
What a shithole. There was a Comfort Inn.
Somewhere about the old Wendy's.
Yeah. It was a mistake. So we're driving to it. And on the road, 321 to the right, there's a telephone pole that's been sheared in half. Like not like cut, like splintered off, like a wind. And next to that, a dump truck is on its side. And the next thing I know is that's where one of those little tornadoes that came through Gastonia, that was the track, right by 85 and 321. That's where it went through. Dude, I'm telling you, we all know tornadoes, but when you really see the devastation for yourself, like it took that pole and almost just broke it like a toothpick.
Yeah.
And flipped a dump truck
kind of splinted it. And the dump truck next to it was over, and the top of the pole went through the roof of the business sitting on the side of the road.
Man.
And then I'm like, well, shit, did I just book a freaking room with a hotel with no power? Because that would really fucking set me off. You want to see the Rantinator get fucking crazy and my eyes get like this fucking big?
That'd been so funny.
Holy shit. So I'm tiptoeing in because I don't see anybody. It's kind of desolate, I got my pea shooter on my side, and I'm like, I felt like Walking Dead days because it looked like the pool was all ransacked because I guess of the storm. Chairs were in shit. I'm like, son of a bitch. I walk in, there's a lady, all tatted up. Hey, can I help you? I'm like, yeah, you guys open for business? Yeah, well, we got plenty of rooms. Like I could see that.
Yeah, do you need about the hour? Or?
Exactly.
Yeah,
how long
really.
are you? 15 minutes? Are you one of those guys? So it just starts there. So I got the room, and we drive around back. And around back, of course, the area. It's just people like just zombieing around and standing outside smoking and no shirt on. Who should have a shirt on? And they're just like, it's just a mess back there. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So go up to the room. The first thing I hear when I walk in the room and shut the door, beep.
Oh, that
fucking smoke
crazy.
detector batteries
smoke
fucked,
detector.
right? Okay, so that's where it's just started. I'm like, that's
So they
not
probably
good
had
sign.
lost power at some point.
I don't know, but I just know I had to get another battery. I went down, got a battery. Then the control for the TV didn't work. Then I sat on the toilet to go ahead and do some business, and the fucking thing almost fell over. It wasn't secured to the floor.
Okay, what thing you talking about?
I mean, it's crazy.
Holy cow.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was crazy. So anyway, and then so it smelled. The chair in there was like a cloth chair, and it was stained like you wouldn't believe. Like I wouldn't sit in it. Like I
People have
pushed it
been
away.
baking biscuits in that thing, man.
Oh, whatever, sitting in it and just do all sorts of defouling shit probably in that chair.
Welcome to
if
Gastonia.
you shined a black light on that chair, that thing would probably glow
man.
like a fucking Christmas tree.
Good
See
thing
all
you
that
didn't have
stuff
a black
growing.
light.
Yeah.
Man, that's
And
awful.
the room was hot, so the AC worked pretty good. Well, and then the shower. So I'm a shower head guy. Like I need a good shower head to
Now you're a
take
tall
shower.
fella too, so you need one of them things that's way up tall.
That too. I don't like to have to do this fucking shit. So I get on. I go, it's pretty tall. I go, all right, man. It looks like for a 6'4" guy, So I get in there, turn the water on, hit the shower thing. You know where the shower screws on to the pipe?
Yep.
The damn water shoots straight out to the right. Straight out to the right.
Put your little wash rag up here. and
Of
get it
where
wet.
it's secured. And I'm like, so I got a hand up there like this. And the other hand, I'm trying to tighten the thing because I want it to come this way on my fucking head, but it's going this way, and it's getting the towels and the rest of the bathroom soaked, so the shower curtain's getting nailed. And so finally, I had to adjust it just right to keep that from doing that.
That's funny.
So that was the ordeal through the whole thing. Then let me just finish with the morning. They had a continental breakfast, right? You know what that means at one of these places. So I go down there, and there's a lady sitting in there who's noticeably dirty, kind of filthy, larger lady, homeless-looking lady. And sure enough, she said she was homeless, and they were nice enough to let her eat the breakfast, which is really super nice. Okay, so
Yeah,
my
it's nice,
fans-
though.
My fans out there, super cool with that and all that. The only problem is she smelled like a fucking bag of urine. Not shit, not anything else.
Well, that's
like
a pisser.
pure urine. Yeah, that's a pisser, all right. And it radiated like, you ever see the dirty kid on the Peanuts when he walks, he has a cloud around him.
Yep.
Yeah, that was her. She probably had a radius. You had to stay.
Pigpen.
Pigpen on the.
Yeah, you had to stay
Peanuts.
like 5 feet away from him. Yeah, she had about a 5 to 7 foot radius. Because if you walked anywhere near her, you get and it's urine, guys, and that is some nasty shit. God forgive me, but that was bad. So I went and got my eggs and sat in the corner. You know, she's talking to herself, and I'm like, here we go, because I know she's trying to catch my eye, so I turned my back to her. So she had the back of my head, because you know how
She was like,
you know,
"What's
once they
happening,
make eye
big boy?"
contact. No, not like, but
My urine is your urine.
Yeah. Do I smell funny to you? So anyway, so that was my ordeal there. And then we got home and the power was on, so I was like, thank
Well, let's
God.
take change body odor. That's funny.
It was
So
disgusting.
what?
But I feel bad
Suzanne,
even kind of saying
the wife,
it, but
Suzanne, what's her intake
Same.
on all this?
say she went down first because I stayed in the room with the dog. She went down first, and the lady actually talked to her and said, "Hey, can you get me some eggs and some gravy?" And Suzanne's like, she's in a chair, a wheelchair, and Suzanne said, "Sure." And Suzanne's like, "Oh, here we go." So she got, and then she started talking to her about her sister and how she got kicked out of a house, but her husband's in the house, shacked up with another lady. She's trying to find somewhere to shack up, and you know, and Suzanne's not engaging, no questions. Suzanne's going, okay, because you know, once you engage, the back and forth, it's over. You got to just go,
Yep.
And so Suzanne kind of had to do the old blow off because it would have went on forever, and that's it. So then we checked out in the morning and grateful to be at home. You know, you don't know how much you miss your house till you're not there and you go through something. It's just not like
So
being
you
home
got
and
power
you're in bed.
back. You're good to go.
Yeah, you could sit anywhere. This doesn't smell like shit. Like everything's just, it's just, you just, until you don't have it, you miss it.
If it
Remember that,
does, it
folks.
smells like your shit. So
Yeah, exactly. My urine's my urine. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm good with that. But
So-
I don't spritz myself with urine in the morning and go out to fucking, you know.
wait to get a
shopping.
little older. That it happens all by
That'll
itself.
happen. Yeah, I'll be smearing shit on my face like war paint.
So now you know where not to go for a hotel room.
I will not be back. You know, I even did a review because it was that bad. I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
And it's not like an 8-page review. I don't take the time, folks. I do bullet points. Smelled like shit. Smoke detector fucked. Yeah, boom, 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 and that's it. And the good thing is, lady at the front desk was nice, and that was it. I gave it a 4 out of 10. I won't be back.
I think that's the same hotel we used to do the drug stuff in, like, you know, order prostitutes and shit
Imagine
like that.
that.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Well, you're working, right?
Yeah.
Left that part out, hound dog.
Okay.
Well, hound dog, how about you? Did the storms affect
Nah,
you
didn't.
much?
No, got a little bit of rain. You know,
I knocked on the front door.
the night, I guess the night after the storms hit Gaston, you had a little bit of rain and a little bit of wind. Nothing major at all. So it was just must have, like I said, petered out before we got here.
Oh,
Oh,
last
good
thing.
deal.
Good thing. That's why I like the beach. Trees everywhere too, guys. Down.
Yeah.
Trees
Oh, yeah.
everywhere. So I won't get into it, but yeah, they're down everywhere.
Yeah, but no,
Yeah,
we'll
a few
have our
trees down up
share.
here.
I'm sure we'll have a hurricane or two this year. So, you know.
Yeah, well, it's hurricane
used to that.
season in September coming up. You know, it's
Yeah.
coming around the corner.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, it hit hard up here. All of Bakersfield, the major town, there's no cities up here, major town for Mitchell County. All those guys without power, man, I never lost power. But, I get the pond, and I have a wet spring and 2 dry springs on the property. The difference is, wet spring runs all the time. A dry spring only works,
When you
only
pee in it.
runs when the water table gets so high. So I had all 3 springs going crazy. I've got an 8-inch pipe, overflow pipe for the pond, and it could not keep up with the amount of water.
Oh, yeah.
So the pond overflew, and it overflowed, washed out my driveway, big up about 6-inch crevice right down the middle of the driveway. Fixed all that today. So I'm in the ball cap and look all weathered, washed out. That's been outside doing the last 2 days doing cleanup.
Yep.
And you got to love the mountains, man. I cut grass we did yesterday, and only by mistake, but I killed a salamander, a frog, and a snake cutting grass.
What kind of snake did you kill?
It's ended up looking like a gardener snake. I thought it might have been a water snake, but I think it's a gardener snake. It didn't want to kill that. Didn't want to kill any of them. The frog was probably one of these big giant frogs too, man. It's sad.
Peter's listening. You in trouble, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Come for you.
I felt bad. I kind of felt bad about that. I killed the salamander weed eating, but those 2 I got with the.
Well,
was long.
you can always go out there and cut the frog's legs off and put them in the frying pan.
Well, I'll tell you, the thing was big enough you could, man. It was terrible. He's already all chopped up. Sad day for the frog.
Eesh. I
Yeah,
remember.
man,
I
it's,
remember dissecting a frog in high school.
Oh yeah, boy, that formaldehyde smell. Woo,
The that's exactly what I was going to
Man,
say.
that
That
was
formaldehyde
nasty.
smell is nasty.
Yeah.
Well, hey, to getting pickled.
Yeah. Here's to electricity, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, unusual. You have to have a generator up here because all the trees and all that crap. But yeah, never lost power. Luckily for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a generator too, and I need to just get the wire to plug in from the generator to the house.
Whole house plug is what it's called. And I tell you, I got a funny story too. Rick and Mary Smithers, they're from Florida. They got a vacation home above me. And I always tell her, I feel like a peasant because there's so much high that she looks down. You look down and see me.
You're part of her kingdom. Yeah.
Yeah, and I am out there. I've got it's a kick-ass lawnmower. It is a Skag commercial grade, self-propelled walk-behind lawnmower. I mean, it's a monster. Yeah, and you control the way it goes by hand pedals in your hand. You pull left, pull right. She comes out, she'll stay, look at me, she waves. And I go to wave back, and when I let go of that right hand, boy, that thing took a severe left.
It went left.
Oh, I grabbed it, and it went back right. And look, and over the sound of that lawnmower engine, I could hear her cackling.
Oh man.
Oh, yeah.
Now, did she have a phone in her hand in case she needed to dial 911? No.
No.
Does she look like she's turned maybe to run to my assistance? No. She's up there cackling. I went from about to pee on myself to hoping she is peeing on herself.
And she probably did have a phone in her hand about to take a video of you falling, busting your ass.
Oh,
and
she's
watching
been
that damn mower run into the fucking pond and kill the duck.
Oh, man, I tell you, it's terrible. It's terrible. And I was trying to
Salamander
maintain
and a duck.
I was trying to maintain some sort of dignity and manhood. But
To be
it
cool.
it was gone.
There's nothing cool about it.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
You were done.
Cool about it,
At that point, you were done.
Yeah, the manhood.
Just ride with it.
Yeah, it was done.
Yeah. And she's looking down on her kingdom going, Jesus. Look
Yeah.
at this guy.
These are my people.
This is not good.
Look at this idiot.
Well, we have a 4th of July cookout for the whole mountain. We have a pavilion that we do it at. I told him I'm going to tell that story during that picnic.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. So what do we got today? Want me to start this shindig?
Yeah, man, you got a few things, right? You gonna throw out? I got a couple things and
bad news again. I just our last podcast, of course, dealt with the shooting of the 8 officers in Charlotte, the ambush.
Yeah.
And I ran it a little bit about how it's bound to happen again. It's just because of the way our laws are, the way we're not enforcing them. There's no penalties. There's no deterrence, right? Yada, yada. Well, an Ohio officer was near Cleveland. It was a department called Euclid. Police department was ambushed, shot and killed, just responded to a disturbance call. This wasn't even looking for a bad guy. This is just like one of those calls, guys. We got a disturbance at the apartment complex. Can you go check it out? And you just go. You have no information, right? You just know it's around apartment this. It could be coming from here.
no idea what you're looking for. You're just looking for something unusual.
Right. So you're not on guard. You're pulling up. No lights and siren, no nothing. Maybe not even backup. You don't know yet. It depends upon the department policy.
Yep.
And guy came out, shot and killed the officer. 23 years old, less than a year on. I'm going to say his name because he's on the loose and we're on the lookout for him. Deshaun Anthony Vaughn, black male, tatted up, 24 years old. Officer was a military vet. And he's dead now, less than a year on the job.
Man.
Witnesses say they heard over a dozen gunshots. Any information on this scumbag, the Euclid police or the U.S. Marshals, of course, would like to hear from you. So I just,
And
again,
the chicken shit piece of crap will give up. He won't be a man and go out to blaze of glory.
No.
Yeah.
He's on the run now, hiding, and they'll track him down because he's stupid. They'll find him within 24, 48 hours because he'll go to a girlfriend of a girlfriend's house or family, somewhere where he's connected, and they'll
Hey, I'm
find
gonna tell
him.
you, and you guys know this, so our listeners may not. If you're staking out a bad guy, you watch Mama's house, not the wives, not the girlfriends, not the buddies. Sooner or later, he's coming to see Mama.
That's true, and I got another one too. I got a guy who was a great hunter, and you know what he always did? He would always look up the history of the guy he was looking for, and he'd look up all of his girlfriends, and he'd go to see every one of the girlfriends because he knew one of them's pissed at him.
Yeah.
And he'd find the one that's pissed. He goes, "Yeah, he over at that Shaniqua house."
Yep.
And he go, "Really? Thank you." And that's how we'd find him. He'd go find the one of the 4 girlfriends that happens to be pissed, or the baby mama.
That's good
Or
investigative
who he hasn't
skills.
been paid. Dude, that was
And no
number one on his
disrespect,
list.
ladies, it takes about that much to piss a girl off. But that much.
Yep. So he'd find the one that was mad, and then she'd give him up, and he'd catch people. So.
Oh man, I'm telling you, a lot of it went down. Piss a woman off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And just a couple other police notes. I'm going to be the Grim Reaper here today, guys. Atlanta just had 3 officers shot last night, 5:00 p.m. They're all going to be okay, and they shot and killed the suspect, so he's dead in hell.
Good.
But
Good.
Atlanta, 3 people shot, and then my favorite one to call out is Chicago. In a 24-hour period, Friday through Saturday, this past Friday, Saturday, 23 shot. 23.
Yeah, I love
Good old
Chicago.
That's strictest
A
gun
good
laws in the land. Strictest gun laws in the
Democratic
land.
ran city.
Blue as hell.
Yeah.
23 shot, 2 dead in Chicago, less than 24 hours. Great job, Mayor Johnson. You fucking idiot.
Yeah,
There we go.
I agree.
Yeah, he's not the idiot. The people that voted for him, they're the idiots.
True.
True.
I don't want to call
Very
everybody in
true.
Chicago an idiot because there's some people there I know, but you know what I'm saying. I get what you mean.
There's a few of them that are.
You vote what you get for it. Hey, like the great mighty
the cops.
Barack Obama, and I say that sarcastically. Elections have consequences. In Chicago, you guys like living in that shit? Then keep voting the way you're voting. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's the.
What gets
Rand
me
Nader
is
Grim Reaper,
those
report.
people will go somewhere else because the crime's so bad, economy's so bad, they'll go somewhere else, like down to the beach, up here in the mountains, and then vote the same way they did when it was in there.
Exactly
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly right. They vote for their own hell.
Yeah.
Man, this, way to bring us down, Rodinator.
Bring us back up with something. I got some fun. Listen,
got
let
notes.
me know. Let me know. Let me hear what your notes go. What do you got on your notes there, buddy?
Notes here, see Rodinator.
All right, I got one more.
And not piss off Hound Dog.
I'll give
Too
you one
late for
funny
the second one.
I'll give you one funny one. Remember when Paul Pelosi got hammered by the guy with the hammer?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You remember that?
Kind of like
The
our
guy-
show, getting hammered.
Yeah, for the people who don't remember, Paul Pelosi, Nancy Pelosi's husband, was home and called the police and somebody had broke in.
Yep.
And that he had a hammer and he was threatening him. Well, the police come, he answers the door, and Paul Pelosi and the guy are in their underwear, and it's like kind of weird and all this stuff. But anyway, so the guy attacks Paul Pelosi with the hammer and struck him in the head somewhere with it.
Which
one
we don't
time.
condone that at all. That's
Not at all. No,
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 not
we-
even. Not even.
No, I don't recommend that, and I don't recommend you do it to anybody. Do it to yourself. But so he catches one as the police are there. Though this is when he attacked. He didn't attack him before the police got there. He attacked him while the police are standing there. So the police jump the guy and they take him. Well, I just thought it was interesting because now the Department of Justice, the same Department of Justice that is not enforcing any of these laws all over the land, and letting people go and no bail, the different jurisdictions, is seeking a 40-year prison sentence for an assault with a hammer. Now, assault with a hammer sounds pretty serious. I get that, guys. But how many people are shot? How many people are killed? And how many people go to jail for murder and out in 6-7 years on a murder charge? And they're trying to get 40 years because he clipped them in the head with a hammer. It just shows, again, what I'm trying to point out is, in my opinion, the unbalance of power and punishment in this country.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
Maybe
It's
because
just
his last
40
name's
years.
Pelosi. That's why.
40 years, guys. 40 years. Pedophiles.
If I was
who-
married to Nancy Pelosi, I'd be like, please hit me again. Hit me again. A little harder. A little harder. Right here.
Yeah.
Right in the middle.
Paul Pelosi said, can I serve his sentence? And it would get me out of this house? Yeah, I mean, I put away pedophiles who are abusing children 20 years to life, 20, but they'll do probably
Yeah.
20. This guy, 40 years just for breaking and entering and hitting a guy with a hammer in front of the police. Didn't kill him, didn't really hurt him that bad, just kind of hit him in the forehead.
And this guy's probably mentally ill.
And he's very mentally ill. He's been in and out of mental institutions. So,
Not Pelosi, the bad guy.
right.
Well,
her
him too,
though.
probably.
Well, yeah. She'd be good on bourbon and badges because, she drinks vodka, I think. But anyway, yeah. So, there he is. He's
There it is. Good picture.
Yeah.
yeah, he's not all there.
He's looking like he smokes dope.
He looks something. He looks like he might smell like urine. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You mean urine? Not mine. He's going to smell like yours.
Yeah.
But if you remember, if y'all go back and remember, they had an overhead view of, I guess, when all that stuff happened, the back deck area or patio area
Patio area.
had a big glass windows and all.
Yep.
It looked to me that the glass was broken out instead
out.
of in.
Yeah.
If
People
you
did
were
make
outside
mention
going
of
in, it'd be broken in.
that. Right.
If you were inside coming out, it'd be broken out.
Right. People made mention of that.
Yeah, the
And
fragments.
people
would
also
be-
made mention of the fact, I don't know if you guys remember, but I remember the specifics because I talked about it on the show, I believe. When the police came, so he calls the police and he's on the phone while the guy with the hammer is standing right next to him, and the guy with the hammer knows he's calling the police and not doing anything. Very strange, okay?
Yeah.
He wasn't attacked before the police got there.
Almost like he's want to make a statement.
Yeah. Paul Pelosi's in his underwear. He didn't bother putting on like don't you put some clothes on? Someone's in your. I don't know. Like if you're just talking to the guy, like let me get some clothes on. He calls the police. The police come. Paul Pelosi opens his door, and usually when I would respond to a call with a victim, if they were able to open the door, they would come out and like almost hide behind
almost
me.
Knock you down, coming out that
to
door.
get out and to hang on to me and go, oh my God, he's in there, and they hold your arm and they're huddling behind you. Paul Pelosi opens the door, backs in the door, right next to the guy with the hammer and goes, hey officers, come on in. Invites the officers in. He's standing next to the suspect who he called the police on, Depressy, with the hammer. That's a weird thing because he was comfortable enough to turn his back to him and then back in the house and stand next to the guy with the hammer, rather than open the door, go, thank God you're here, he's in there. Yeah. You know, most people walk out of the house, point the police in, go on in and get him, and then we go in and jump him. That didn't happen. So that was all kind of weird. People were insinuating prior relationship. This man's part of the homosexual community, so people were thinking something going on there. Prior relationship, and well,
that sucks.
Rumor has it. I'm speculating. I don't know, of course, but yeah, rim shot and hard rim shot. So he might have been hammered twice that night. I don't know.
Yes,
possible.
That's me being a child. I'm sorry. Anyway, so that little update, they want to give him 40 years for
man.
40 years.
40 years. If they locked up everybody for B&Es and assaults for 40 years, we would have
90%
over
of crime is repeat offenders.
Oh yeah.
You lock them up, you're cutting out 90% of the crime.
Right.
Yeah.
But that 40-year sentence doesn't fit that crime. It's too much.
Yeah,
compared to it, way too much. And you know me, lock them up, throw away the key. Not that shit.
For murder, lock them up, throw away the key.
For murder, you take somebody's life, you should really go for at least 20, if not more, because you took a life.
If you bump somebody on the head with a hammer and they still walking around, like there's nothing to it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that wasn't quite a hit.
3 to 5, maybe something like that. I don't know, something
exactly.
normal. Yeah. Yep. I get it. You should go. You should go to jail, especially if you have a record to prove it. It's all common sense, guys. You know, if the guy's a criminal, he should go for that. Especially if it's first time offense. Who knows? I don't know. You know, if there's a prior relationship, that should be hushed. All that shit. But 40 years, it's just laws for us and there's laws for them. And there's punishments for us, punishments for them.
I wonder if prior relationship come out in the trial.
I don't think there's going to be a trial.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll plead guilty.
Sure they're going to get that sucker to plead because they're probably putting the 40 out there, so he'll plead, so they don't have to go to trial, so none of the details come out.
So none of the that makes sense.
Makes sense, man. Come on.
Piece
I know the game plan. I know these people. I've been watching them for years.
Pieces of shit is what they are.
For years and years. That sounds like Marge Simpson. For years.
Man, you guys are really throwing the old whiskey back tonight. I like that.
We're trying to catch up to you.
Well, I'm telling you, I was out there by the pond, and man,
I don't have a pond. I got a little shitty little river running by my backyard.
I take a lot of work done this last 2 days. Man, I tell you, I got 2 stories real quick. I'll tell you. I went back last Tuesday to get a really cool apple tree. I did not get. It was spliced and had 3 different types of apples on one tree.
Okay.
You know what is American Pickers that say, the time to buy is when you see it. I seen it, man. I thought, man, this is so cool. And I said, I'm going to get that. Went back to get it. It's gone. Should have got it today. I seen it. But I'm getting a Granny Smith apple tree. I went to give them a plug. It's really nice people. Evergreen Nursery in Johnson City, Tennessee. Just kind of set I'm on the state line like you guys are, like you are, Rod, in Gaston County, with South Carolina. I'm on state line with our county is with the Tennessee.
Okay.
But anyway, I go there and get the tree picked out. I get a rhododendron picked out I want, and I'm talking to the guy out there. He's taking my order, and he's giving me a little slip to go and pay for it. He goes, hey, man, he says, you military? Probably by the muscles and tough guy look I got.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I said, no, I'm not. He said, what about senior citizens? I said, no, probably not quite. He said, well, we do senior citizens at 60 here.
So, yeah, you're there about 10 years.
I'm like, man, I'm not comfortable with that. He says, it's going to save you 15%, man. You look about $20. I said, hey, sign me up. I'll take it. I thought that my first senior citizen discount.
I take it. Yeah, man. That's the way to go.
Yeah, send me like $23.
That's
awesome.
That's cool.
I thought that was funny. But yeah, I got that planted, and I got that. I'm going to plant the shrub hopefully tomorrow before I go to work.
There you go. Perfect.
All right, so I thought that was funny.
So Ron, I'm kind of surprised you're not at the beach for Bike Week.
Well, it's we usually go towards the end. So,
okay.
if everybody knows, Myrtle Beach Bike Week started this past Friday.
Yeah.
With the storm and everything, I was, power
Yeah.
and shit. And we usually go down Wednesday or Thursday through Sunday.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's
And we
still
say,
an
wait, you
option
got a
there.
bunch of the Charlotte Mech guys you're out with, right?
Yeah, we go down, but I haven't heard from anybody or anything like that. So I'm gonna see. This might be a low key one. I'm not sure. I still might go down at the end of the week, just for a day or two, if if I feel like it. But yeah, we usually go because this is a spring bike week at Myrtle Beach for everybody listening, and yeah, it'd be a good time maybe to come visit you, man. Just come down there.
Yeah, man. You're more than welcome anytime.
Yeah, no, appreciate it, man. Yeah.
So y'all are.
I said it right.
He said you.
Yeah, it was singular, man. It wasn't plural.
Yeah, well, let me totally out there, didn't he?
Yeah, he said me. No, but that's a good point, man. I'm usually always that ready to go.
Shit.
So, but we could go down Wednesday or Thursday, but I just gotta see what happens because storm. I don't know what the storm did down there. You said it didn't do too much anything, right? Mm-hmm. So maybe it's all clear.
Sorry, I was drinking. Yeah, it was all good down here. I saw a ton of bikes out today. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, beautiful weather, 70 degrees or better. Yeah, it's very nice today.
Hey, guys, let's get a plug in too. The people that don't know, when you cut your grass, don't blow it into the road. It's like friggin' ice for a motorcycle.
True.
And
Yeah.
people up here, I live off Beans Creek Road, and there's one guy that cuts his grass like once a month, and then he's got the whole road covered. And every time I rode through there, I think, well, geez, dude.
Wow. Yeah.
Not that there's a lot of bikes on Beans Creek Road, but still.
Yeah, but so that's kind of an eyesore too, like you're throwing your shit. Into
Yeah,
the
I
road.
agree.
Like, why not just take your blower and blow it the fuck off the road?
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you cut your grass, man, make sure it's not in the road. If he is, take your blower, blow it out of the road, man.
Yeah.
Keep his motorcycle safe.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
exactly.
Like friggin'
Get a
glass.
ride so it blows it onto take that first strip down there by the street and blow it onto your lawn, and then
Well, I'll tell you, I do that. I live on a friggin' dirt road halfway up a mountain, and I do that very thing. I blow it. The first couple of cuts is all blown inside the yard, and then I reverse it to so I have to recut the mulch that's building up on the fat's just building up on the lawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, so keep the roads clean, man.
And some of that grass clipping is good for your lawn to cut it and drop it on your lawn anyway.
Yeah, so much of it is.
Doesn't it kind of refeed it?
Yeah, that's what I got mulching blades on my mowers, both of my mowers, and that's what I use. But it still blows out in the road just a little bit when I'm cutting close to the road, but I always take my blower out there and clear the road.
Yeah.
It
Oh, I
just
do
looks
too.
nicer.
I do too. Like when I mow my lawn up here, and I blow the road off, and my across the street, my whole road in front of my house is blown off. Like I blow
Same
it
here.
off.
Same
Yeah, it
here.
looks nice, right?
Yeah.
Nice curb appeal.
Neighbor's driveway, mine over there. Yeah, so yeah. But
So what do you guys think about the NYPD? Seen a I'll give them a shout to. It's on policeone.com. It's an excellent place to go for police news.
Yep.
That NYPD is looking to go back doing the standard uniform and the old grooming standards. No beard, no mustache, no facial hair for the uniform guys.
Right.
I guess if you have tats, they got to be covered up. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I don't care what they do.
Well, in general, as cops, I tell you, we lost a lot of good people, a lot of good military guys that guessed on your PD because of our tattoo policy. It used to be, no tattoos could be shown whatsoever.
Yeah.
We had one guy, hound dog, who was it? He went as far as he had a sleeve and he had it lasered off.
Yeah, it is.
What do you call that?
They just laser removal.
Yeah.
They had
to meet our
told him-
standards.
Yeah, they told him you had to get rid of that sleeve, or we're not going to hire you. That's the way the woke Gastonia Police Department did.
Yeah. See, I got a little bit of it. I got a little bit of an issue because if you have tattoos, that's one thing that's great. And what we did for the longest time was you had to have them covered up with long sleeves or
We
or
being
a tat
Charlotte
sleeve.
Mac PD, right?
Charlotte Mac PD, yeah, or a tat sleeve. And times change. Sometimes you try to fight against it, but sometimes I don't want to lose a good candidate for policing because he's got tattoos. Because half the dudes in the military are going to have to be tatted up.
Oh, yeah, man. And these are high quality people.
They're high, yeah. And just because they have tattoos, and the beard, the facial hair is another thing. I understand being clean shaven is been typically that looks the neatest, right? Clean shaven, a clean shaved face and jaw and boom. But if you have a nicely manicured beard, and you're squared away and you got some tats or something like that, I don't really have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't. Now the thing that I get crazy about, and again, people are going to yell double standard. Okay, I'll wear that. I don't like some of the things that I'm seeing at my department with like the different color hair, the 25 earrings on one ear, like some of that stuff, and also it's a safety issue too. You know,
I guess that very thing,
earrings. Yeah, they could pull the earrings out. Like I have an issue with like kind of like that kind of stuff. But like with the stuff that have to do with shaving every day is a pain in the ass, guys. Am I right? I mean, your face can really take a beating if you're shaving with a straight razor every day.
Yeah.
And I know some of my black friends in the police department would get bumps on their neck. I think they were called keloids.
Yeah, and black guys have a hard time with ingrown hair as well.
That's what I mean. Yeah, I think that's part of the keloid. What I'm talking about. They shave and then they get bumps, and then you shave over the bumps, you cut them, and it chops the dog shit out of their face. So I understand, and then they would get a letter from the doctor saying they couldn't shave and they would be exempt, and then they could have a beard. But then, of course, what happens? People who want a beard bitch about them having a beard, and then they go, "We want a beard too," and that's discrimination. And it turns into a nightmare. So I don't know if I have a problem with the beard and the tats, as long as I'm at the point, guys, where I want a qualified candidate. I just want a qualified candidate. If they have to have a beard, great. Tats, great. I'm tired of hiring people who can't do the job because of a gender, because of a race, because of somehow they feel, or some kind of box we're trying to check, or some kind of diversity bull. Yeah. I want the best candidate who has a resume. I don't even want to see him. Just show me the resume. Yeah. Boom. Hire him. Well, he's got a beard and tats. Don't care, because...
Yeah, as long as it ain't like, God bless Hitler or something big, something
of course. Well, yeah, because no racial tattoos and stuff like that, and no... You wouldn't hire him anyway because that's not a hireable candidate. That's called a racist, right? You're not going to get that. And you're not going to have an Uncle Jesse fucking beard down in here either. That's a safety hazard too. It's got to be you can have a beard, but it's got to be close and cleaned, shaved every day, manicured around. Yeah. And I got no problem because some dudes can look very professional with a beard. And sometimes guys walk up, man, tatted up with a beard. You're like, some of these suspects might think twice about trying these dudes.
Yeah.
It could head off a lot of uses of force. It could head off a lot of shooting sometimes because if the way you present yourself.
You're exactly right. And on those same lines, not sound sexist, sometimes they'll hire these women to get that woman quota up that don't need to be in law enforcement.
Yeah.
They're
absolutely.
They're too small or they're too. Oh, and I'll tell you this to you. And I think we talked about this before. When I was sergeant on patrol, I would go over and look at the rookies in rookie school that's been hired for City of Gastonia. And I'd go to my cap and say, okay, we want A, B, or C. And if she was a hot chick, I didn't want her.
Oh, yeah.
Not because she wouldn't do her job, it's because the other guys on the shift wouldn't let her do her job. She'd show up, do her job, and two other guys show up, wanting to impress the hot chick.
Yeah.
And
that's a good point.
I didn't want them.
That's a good point.
Put them on someone else.
We would always throw out, after I got promoted, I would be involved in finding out, hey, sergeant or lieutenant, whoever, go find out at camp. Go see who we want. Go see who we want. Who's the top picks?
Oh yeah, I'd go always try to get pick of the litter.
Almost like trading baseball cards or going to find a puppy. You want the best puppy out of the litter. So a lot
of guys would take that incentive, and I generally would get the people we wanted because I would take that incentive to go over and look at them. And I'm not going to hot women or women in general. There's a couple of nice looking ladies that was on patrol. Walker, she's a captain now, black female. Man, I would answer any call with that woman because, she'd fight like a friggin' man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think she's a captain now and deserving every bit of it because she's very intelligent, very police worthy. So we ain't knocking all women. I'm just saying, our women in general, it's just, if you show up in a call and the frail little female shows up, it's not going to be any back. We'll sit there and watch you fight.
Yeah. When I started.
And there are guys like that as well. We had a couple of guys like that.
Yeah, they are.
Sure. There's a test that all police officers have to go through, guys, right? And that's the time when you finally have to put your hands on somebody or you finally got to get punched in the face to see if you can be punched in the face. Because some people have never been in a fight in their life.
I think it's Fred McMurray, another, those retired sergeant with NYPD. We're talking one day. He says, in rookie school, you should have to walk through this door until you walk through, somebody knocks the shit out of you. If you get back and want to fight, then that's the guy we want.
Yeah.
If you lay there whimpering, no, we don't want you.
Yeah.
It's like Mike Tyson says, everybody's got a plan until you get punched in the face.
That's
right. That's true.
Right. That's
very true.
And he also said the internet and this stuff we're doing right here, makes people too brave. They can say whatever they want without getting their asses whooped. He's right about that too.
He's right about that as well.
He says these keyboard warriors, man.
Well, I tell you, along the same lines, Rodney Aldridge, captain, he left the PD and he moved to Alabama, and we're texting one night, and he's like, he says something kind of smart about about the PD and stuff. I'm like, I text back, where you at? He says, Alabama. I said, well, screw you, man. Because he's Alabama. What can you do?
Yeah, he's in Alabama. I'm safe. Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, I don't have a problem with it. Now, when you say uniform standards, you mentioned grooming. Is the uniform going to change? So it looks like now New York has the outer vests that they use. And if they're going back to the original uniform standards, they would have to go back to those ugly light blue shirts that look like dog shit.
It didn't go in that much detail.
They would be going backwards because those flak vests, I think, are cool. I like them.
Yeah.
You wear them on the, if you're going out to a hot coal or something, you put them on and you could just take them off. Everything's right on your grip. I kind of like them.
Well, I'll tell you, our department, Hound Dog can contest to this, can back me up on this. For a long time, we tried to go with the outer vest.
Shell. Yeah, the vest.
Yeah. Our administration, their big argument was, when the guys were relaxed, to take them off. Yeah, then they didn't have to call it without their vest.
Too intimidating, too.
Too intimidating.
I heard that, too.
Well, our canine guys had it because, they needed it for all the canine crap and everything he had on there.
Yeah.
And that's where the whole idea come from. The patrol wanted it, and it was a good idea to have. Yeah. They said, they'll come in by the PD, they'll take it off if they're calls without a vest. And
and my argument back is some people come to work without a vest under their shirt. I don't know how many people.
Oh, man, hey, have you guys went to work without your gun?
Yeah, I left it on the back of a toilet one time.
I'll tell you, that's happened a couple times. Another officer bring me a gun. Hey, Sergeant, I found this on the back of the toilet. We have to run the serial number. We got a list of serial numbers. Find out who the gun. Call. Hey, come on, get your gun.
See, the thing with that outer vest though, too, you got to think about it. You always know they're wearing vests. Yeah. You don't have to go check. You don't have to go touch. You got your vest on. You got your vest on. Get your vest on. Because they were pushing vests with us for safety. And just so for 30 years, every day I wore that uniform, I had a vest on.
Oh, me too.
There wasn't one day, not one, where in court wore it. Bike patrol for 3 years, 95-degree heat, 100-degree heat, vest was on. Sweating.
One time we were off duty at a convenience store gas station there at on Garrison. And I didn't wear the vest, man, and I felt totally naked without it. Mm-hmm. Just felt so odd not to have that vest on, and that's the only time in my whole career I didn't wear it.
Yeah. Well, you're a target. 4-hour shift. You're a target. You got the uniform on and the badge. You could be walking down the street and someone take a shot at you. I'll have all doubt in your favor, guys. Wear the freaking vest. But my point is, the outer vest leaves no doubt. Okay, everybody got the vest on. You just look around the room and roll call. Boom, everybody's good. And if people have to wear the vest in order to work because that's where your equipment is, right? Oh, isn't all this? Isn't everything hung on there? I never wore one. I was the old school. I had the vest under, but I think all the equipment's on there, so you have to wear it in order to have your equipment. Minus your gun, of course, is on your belt, right? But
even K9 had their holster on their vest.
That too, and they have you have your knife maybe or your magazines. Sometimes I don't know, but I'm all for those. But if New York's going back to their original uniform, then it'd be those light blue shirts. I think look terrible.
Blue or black
the only notes I took was returning to their traditional uniform and grooming standards. They're looking at that. Not that they've done it yet. They're looking to do that. And you're talking what? Good gosh. How many men?
30, 35, 40,000?
Yeah,
easily.
At least. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they're short, so probably more in the 30s. But yeah, because everybody's short. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yes, I don't have a problem with the beards. My vote, tattoos, beards. I don't have a problem as long as you're groomed and they're neatly kept. I'm okay. I kind of draw the line at the crazy haircuts, the purple hair, the 85 earrings, and all the piercings. I think piercings got to go, and I don't think that's too much to ask because if you're a guy who has piercings or a female with piercings in your face, you want the job. You just take the piercing out and let the hole close. It's not like you got to get a tattoo lasered off. It's not like you got to
wear it everywhere but work.
Yeah, you take it out when you go to work, and then put it back in when you get home, and you can keep the hole open.
I always had that question. You had the nose piercing, and you take that out and you blow your nose. It's not
like my shower head at the Roche Motel. It goes straight out the right. You could be like this, and you fucking blow a snot on your buddy over here on the right.
I drive by snotting.
I got no problem. What about you, Hound? You didn't say not much about it. What do you think?
No, I think don't judge somebody by the way they look. Mm-hmm. Obviously being in law enforcement, you got to look professional. You got to, if you like you said, Rod, if you have a beard, manicured beard. I don't see anything
Yeah, and
wrong
I think
with
for
it.
our listeners, like
If you have tattoos,
Hound Dog, you're the only one, three of us that has a tattoo. You're tattooed up, right?
Yeah.
Now, I don't have any. How about you, Rod?
I don't have any.
Yeah, but if you, I got my tattoos. There's two of them that you can see with when I have short sleeves on. I got those back in the early '90s.
Well, I'm thinking about getting a tramp stamp that says "I love Hound Dog."
We probably should.
Right above your butt too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I
You know Hound Dog's opinion? See below.
I know Gastonia Police Department has missed out on some really good candidates because of their stupid ass tattoo policy.
Well, now they relaxed that. You can have a tattoo now, right? And the beard and stuff being
and you can also
GPD.
You can also wear an earring if you're a male while in uniform in Gastonia. So go woke or go home, I guess.
See, there's a line there, and I know people say, "Well, you're being a hypocrite." Nah, that's just my opinion. I don't think the piercings things. A woman with earrings in is professional. A woman with 15 earrings going up her ear is not professional. I just don't think that's it. Traditional, I'm not saying you can't have earrings, but nose piercings and stuff. You're starting to trend in another direction, and it's not professionalism. It's something else.
Wokeness. That's what it is.
In my opinion. In my opinion, yeah. But so anyway, so I might be a little bit of a hypocrite there, but that's my take.
The opinions run there is not necessarily the opinion of this show.
You better say that. You better say that loud and clear at the beginning of the show, at the end of the show.
But it's generally the opinion of Hound Dog.
Yeah.
Well, I think all of us in general.
We generally.
And I think society in general. I mean, if you show what you want, you want this professional. I know what I'm doing. By golly, I'm in control when I get here. Type person showing up on the call.
Right.
And that's why I always tell the guys, when you show up, by God, you run that show until you leave. That is your domain. I'm here. I'm the cop, and I'm running this show until I leave. You need that mentality, and the people around you need that too, because they won't challenge you as much.
Well, see, I've walked into houses before, and somebody say, "This is my motherfucking house." I said, "Not while I'm here, it's not." No, while I'm here, it's not.
We are
it's
controlled.
my house.
Hey,
I beg to differ.
Is an segue into the next thing I got listed: PT standards.
My God.
Why you look at the fat guy when you say that?
I'm pretty much a stickler on this because I do. Hell, I still.
Oh, you work out every day.
I'm 38 years of this shit, so you know me, guys. I had an argument with him. I'll start if I can. I had an argument with a major in the classroom.
Well, what's new, right?
What's new?
I got opinions on everything, and I love to share them. So I'm in a classroom, and there was a comment about standards, and we were talking in a class for policing, and they were saying how standards need to be. This major was saying this standards need to be adjusted to fit the times. That's how it was put, and I went. I turned around and
how does the time dictate that?
I turned around and looked at her, and I said, "You mean the standards lowered for the times?" No, not lowered at all. I said, "Lowered," and a hush came over the class because here's a captain talking to a major. I said, "No, lowered." And then push came to shove, and I said, "Okay, when you take it and you go from having to do 30 push-ups in a minute to 10, that's called lowering the standard. Is that correct? That'd be lowering the standard. Well, no, more push-ups would be." Raising the standard.
At GPD, we had a age pro PT thing. If you go out and I hope if you guys are listening, guess NYPD and I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. But if I try for SWAT at a 55-year-old, I had a less standard to meet than a 21-year-old. And I don't think that's right, because you want the biggest, meanest thing showing up at the. Because I'm 55 doesn't mean that I should get by with less. If you should have a set standard across the board, this is what you got to do. By God, if you're gonna be on SWAT or whatever.
I'm not saying you as a 55-year-old have to be as fit as that 25. But whatever the standard is to get on SWAT, you both have to be.
Yeah, you have to meet that or exceed
standard.
it. I agree completely.
Now he might do 100 push-ups in 2 minutes, and I might only do 100 at 55. But as long as the standard's 80 in a minute, I'm good because I did 100, right?
Yeah.
You're good. You did 150. Great. You're Superman. I'm old. But I still made the standard.
Yes.
I have a problem with when you have standards, and because society is getting to be some out of shape and we're getting some bad candidates who don't really take care of themselves. You're not saying no to them just to be mean. You're like saying no to them like to save their life. because you know
the whole team's life, your
right,
partner's life,
right? Until you grab onto somebody on a call and go, and I've had this moment, and I'm a larger guy. I've grabbed onto dudes and go shit, because you grab it and you're grabbing a fucking building. Fuck, this guy ain't moving, and then you got to hang on for a minute and a half. Sirens are coming. You guys are coming to help me. But boy, it's like riding a bull, or you're getting smacked. I mean,
well, you're right. I've said that very thing.
Oh, yeah.
Until you have that feeling, you don't want to have it if you're out of shape. Because if you just think you're going to walk up, well, you're going to jail. You know,
you're going to be challenged more. People's going to run from you more.
Oh yeah. You're in for a rude awakening.
When you lay hands on somebody, you can't lightly lay hands on somebody.
No.
You got to hit them with full force as hard as you possibly can.
Yeah, I used to tell that guys during our meetings, starts a pre-podcast meetings, we have our assembly before patrol. You give out, roll call, all the crap you need to give out. Yeah. And I tell you, if you have to hit somebody, you knock the holy shit out of them. Mm-hmm. It's no less. You smack them like a little girl and smack them in the face. If you just knock them to the ground, knock them out, it's the same thing. Not
only that, but think about this. When people, it's a mindset, guys. And everybody, listen to this. If I have two situations, one, dude, he's giving me trouble, all of a sudden I go and knock him out. Or I go, hey, you, and I'm hitting this dude, and I hit him 15 times.
Which looks
You know
worse.
what's going to happen with the videos. Man, that dude, officer didn't do nothing. He told him to put his hands back. I said no, and he hit him one time. That was it. He only hit him once. Yeah. But the second scenario where I hit the guy 15 times in the face, man, he beat the shit out of that guy, man. That's police brutality.
It's like the shotgun effect.
Yeah, a one-hitter quitter, and that's it. That's what
it's like the shotgun effect. You knock the shit out of him, and you knock him down the ground, his buddies aren't going to challenge you, because I just see what he done to him.
That's it.
You don't want to get that same treatment.
That too. But a cop doing this, even if it's light like this, looks terrible. On one.
Oh man, what do you think about?
He hit him with one good one. That was it, man. That guy.
What's it called, hound dog? Verbal judo. Will you say please, sir? Would you please 500 times, please, sir? Just please, just leave, please.
The suspect just curses you up and down and calls you everything but a child of God, and then you're supposed to go, now, sir. Can you please put your hands behind your back?
I always believe in this. Ask, tell, take. I'll ask you once, I'll tell you once, and by God, you're going to jail the third time. Once that decision is, you're going to jail.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll ask you once, and I'll tell you once, and then you're going to jail.
Ask, tell, take. Could be more like ask, tell, foot, and ass. I think that changed the last one.
And I agree with you. I've been in the same scenario. All three of us have. Oh, you got a big boy. If I come against Rodnader in the street, Mr. Rodnader, you're a big boy. But you know what? I just got to hold off about 3 minutes. And boy, it's going to be nasty after that.
I cooperate. I know.
I got 15 of my buddies on the way here, and it's going to be nasty.
And they hungry.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You always like to be the second guy on the show up on the call because, the first guy or the section guy gets the report. Man, you're a freebie. You're still a little... Yeah. Just a little supplement, man.
Not only that, but if you're the second guy and Slow's holding on to this guy or Hound Dog's holding on to a guy and I got a free running shot. Oof.
Oh, yeah.
Oof, that's great because you're holding him up.
On YouTube.
And you see me coming, Hound Dog, and I nail him, you're going to let go and we'll just...
Hey, I see on YouTube was officers fighting the two like teenagers. Officers fighting one. And the other guy, while the officer fighting the guy takes his shirt off, like a little video guy. Yeah. And then you just out of the sight, you see a blur come by, a cop come by, just cold, just take him to the ground like
those are the
terrible.
Good ones. Those are the good ones.
Oh yeah, that one guy, like skinny guy, blowing up, taking his shirt off. He never seen it come. It was like a freight train hit him.
I had a friend of mine. Last one I'll tell you. I had a friend of mine who we were having roll call, a shift change at the office, and I was in the parking lot alone in my car. And all of a sudden, a guy who doesn't call 1018 traffic, which is officer needs assistance, he's fighting one. 1018 means come help me quick. So I threw my stuff, just got in my car, and I drove across the parking lot because it was right across the street in the shopping center. And I pull up, and there's a 6'7", no exaggeration, like 2 or 3 inches taller than me, black dude. And there's a 5'9" police officer, dude, a friend of mine named Dave. And he's got a stick out, like this, like a baseball bat, and his other hand has the black dude by his belt. Because we always grab the pants because you can't run out of your pants.
Oh yeah.
So he had him by his waistband, and the black guy was in the stance, and Dave was like this, and I pull up, and I get out of the car, and the joke is, I know who the suspect is because Dave's holding his belt, he's got his collapsible baton out, and he's about to hit him, and he's breathing heavy, and the black guy's breathing heavy, and I know who it is, but Dave goes like this, he takes his baton and goes, and points at the guy with the baton, like I don't know who the fuck.
Don't
Yeah. Like I'm like, dude, I know it's the bad guy. I see. And of course, I did a run and ran and tackled him, drove the guy into the subway window, collapsed the motherfucker, and then here come 4 or 5 other guys, and all of a sudden the guy's like, okay, no, okay. No, yeah. You just fought the police. There's no okay. We're not hitting them or anything like that, but we're putting your hands behind your back our way, and we're going to put the cuffs on our way now. There's no stand up. Let me pat you down. No, now it's like kink, kink. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my sergeant was just sitting. My sergeant, who at the time was his name was Larry. I don't want to say his last name, but Larry's very old
Larry
guy,
the sergeant,
about to retire, smoking a cigarette on the car. I walk over to him. I go, we good? He goes, looks good to me. Got the call, went back to, yeah, those were the great calls. My partner there, Dave, was like pointing at him, like, this guy. I'm like, yeah, Dave, it's 2 a.m. There's nobody out here.
You're the guy dressed like me.
Right,
He's not dressed like me.
And you have him and you're about to hit him with a club again. Like, I mean, I got it. It's him. It was one of those moments where I was like, I didn't need the heads up. I knew it was him. So
that's funny.
Yeah, it was just funny as hell. So
yeah. How come we're all 3 laughing about fighting the bad guys?
Because that's part of the job. That's all we do.
I think it goes back to, and I've said it 1,000 times on other shows. You know, I had a guy about to retire, and I'm brand new. I'm a rookie. He goes, "Hey, rookie, how long you got?" I'm like, "Man, I got 29 years." He's like, "I'd kill myself." I'm like, "Man, I do this for free. What are you talking about? They're paying me to do this. I do this for free."
Oh yeah, first 12 years was great patrol for me. Now I'll tell you one other quick story. I see we're running low on time. I was on bike patrol, and this guy ran from us. And it was dead. There was dead stop traffic, 3 lanes of traffic, dead stop. So he's running up the dotted line in between cars that were stopped. And we're riding, and we got on our bikes, and we're chasing them down. Well, up ahead, there was a pickup truck, and there was a dude, had to have been looking in his rearview mirror, and he probably was like one of us, going, "Oh, this is too good to be true." He saw this. He saw us chasing this dude, and it was coming right at him.
I get a freebie.
He did. I look up. He gets out of his truck, goes around the front of it, crouches down in front of it, the engine block, because all the traffic was stopped. And the dude we were running crossed over onto the sidewalk and starts going up the sidewalk. And old boy's waiting up here. He comes around as the suspect looks back to see how far back I am, and this dude goes, boom, and drives him up.
Yeah.
Boom, and into the grass embankment.
Never seen it coming.
Gets up, and the kid on the ground's like, ugh. He gets up, he goes, "Have a nice day, officers." Got back in his truck. I said, "Adios, amigo." I didn't even get his name because I didn't want it for the report. I didn't want to have to bother him with court. Yeah, I said, "Adios, my friend." He said, It was the best. And he's just laying on the ground. I go, "You done running?" He's like, "Oh, I think my back." I was like, and there was an indentation in the grass. It was the best, dude.
We're in narcotics at the time. We're chasing the bad guy, a druggie, off Franklin in front of a service station, and we're chasing this guy, chasing, and the guy at the pump's doing the very same thing. He's just sat there like nonchalant. The guy got just close enough, and he body slammed him. The bad guy never seen it coming.
People like that are great because now they're videotaping us doing shit. These guys want cops. Like, they would love this shit, man. And
he body slammed that guy. We took his name and stuff, made sure he got a certificate of appreciation, whatever it was that we give out from the for the PD.
My guy jumped up, was smiling, goes, "Have a good day, officer." He got back in his truck, just took off. I'm like, man, that was beautiful.
And he got a story to tell for life.
He does. He does. And I'm telling it right now, and that happened 25 years ago. There's some dude out there, plumber, I don't know who the hell he was. I know he played football in high school. That's for damn sure. He smashed that little fucker. That dude, he hit him.
Well, we are 61 minutes into the podcast.
Damn, time flies.
It does, man. It's great. It's the point now. You got any Hey,
Dave's TV.
TV Dave, yeah, or whatever.
Dave's TV. Man, go to his channel and check it out. Like and subscribe to his channel.
Please, everybody, go to Dave's TV, man. They were nice enough to give Bourbon and Badgers a shout out. A friend of mine down there.
And you got a background, right? He's a retired cop.
Yeah. A buddy of mine named Ross is a special guest on there from time to time. Dave's They taste test beer, so they're kind of up our wheelhouse, man. We do the bourbon. They go to like different festivals and they rate beers and different things like that. Really good stuff. They have other things they do. It's Dave's TV. Dave's TV on YouTube.
On YouTube.
Go check them out.
Give them a look. Give them a shout out, man. Let them know that you heard it from us. We appreciate
Absolutely.
Man, they were very informative on all kinds of beers, man. Just any old kind you can think of.
And dude, it's right up my buddy's alley because he likes to drink beer. So they'll go to each beer tent at these beer gigs. Man, it tastes like 12 different beers, and he's just freaking hammered afterwards.
And speaking of tasting, taste Boone's bourbon. You got to try some Boone's bourbon.
Yep.
Yeah.
What did I say, Hound Dog? What was it?
Boone's bourbon.
Boone's bourbon.
Boone's bourbon.
I got a bottle actually right there. It's my bottle.
And people, if you have any questions, concerns, or ideas, man, leave them in the comments. We'll talk about anything you guys want to talk about. If you got a topic you'd like to hear us talk about, if you got just any idea at all, even if you got a bad cop story or you think we're pieces of crap, put it in the comments. We'll address it, man. We will. We'll test anything you got. And we appreciate it. Like and subscribe. If you like what you're seeing, hit that like button. Subscribe to us, please. We need all the love we possibly can get to build our channel up. On the audio side, Buzzsprout, you can listen to us any listening platform out there. We got a great listening audience on that side. We're built up, what is it, 700 major cities?
Yeah, at least that last I looked, it was 30 or 39 or 40 different countries.
We're everywhere on the audio side, but we're kind of getting our feet wet here on the video side here on YouTube. So give some love, like and subscribe. Tell your people, and then like and subscribe.
Oh, yeah, Atchison Poultry, too. I want to give a shout-out to the farmers. My wife's cousin, Atchison Poultry. Yeah, egg farmer. Man.
If you like chicken, you'll like this, man.
Dude, yeah. Send us some eggs there, man. Mike, send us some eggs.
Well, guys, I hope this podcast, I know the podcast didn't come to the end, but I hope the drink it don't, man, because I'm in a good mood, and I'm actually ready for another cigar, actually. Okay, guys, any last shout-outs or anything?
Yeah, then let's remember to drink. Let's drink about it and drink responsibly.
And first responders, Hound. Hit the first responders, Hound.
Yeah, all first responders out there, please be careful and go home to your families.
Yeah, thank you for your service. We really appreciate it, man. Yeah.
Don't forget our military. Military, we appreciate you keeping our country safe.
I got something else I need to add real quick.
Let us do this.
If you can believe that.
No.
We have two things up here in Mitchell County. It's on the book. It's two groups. Let's Talk Mitchell County. Let's Talk Spruce Pine. They were body slamming Spruce Pine PD on Let's Talk Spruce Pine. Body slammed them, saying all kind of nasty crap about them, man. And whoever the administrators are, they allowed that. I went in and I sent the unknown poem, about walking the streets of whatever, and he goes for God, and God said, you walk the streets of heaven or whatever. And I say, hey guys, we love you. Thanks for your support. We got you 6 bourbon and badges. They removed my post, left the negative crap.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. So let's talk Spruce Pine. Kiss my ass.
Our ass.
Our ass. Yeah.
How about that right there?
And Hound Dog, what's this been?
It's been a Studio 77 production.
Yes, sir. Guys, I love you and appreciate it.
Hey, later.
You mean it's over? Well, shit.